Welcome back to As Zodiac Buzz. I'm Carrie Fezza, astrologer. If you've taken the time to watch my introductory video or my other video, you'll know that my intention here is to share astrology with you to help you better understand yourself and improve your life. Again, what you choose to do with this knowledge is up to you. Again, we believe in astrology that each planet has an individual energy, and those energies affect us here on Earth because that's where we live. So we look at the planets as they relate to the rotation of the Earth, and in that respect we include the Sun and the Moon as planets. In my last video I introduced you to all the planets. Today I'd like to focus on the Sun and the Moon because they're the most important points in the chart. And if you know nothing about astrology or you don't have your time of birth, that's fine. Just know your sun sign. The Moon's a little more complicated. If you can find that information out, it's just a bonus. But your sun sign will give you a lot of information. So with that, let's start with the Sun. The Sun is who you came into this world to be. It's your physical essence. The Moon represents your emotions or your moods. The Sun is your yang, your masculine, the Moon is your yin and your feminine. The Sun's going to represent the father, the Moon's going to represent the mother. Women cycle on the Moon. Where the Sun is your nature, your basic nature, the Moon is how you were nurtured. It's your home and your family. You might say, well, I'm a Leo and my best friend's a Leo, but we're nothing alike. And that's very possible because your rising sign is more of what covers your personality. And we'll get into that when we cover the zodiac. But you don't need to know that for right now. Your friend, if you share the same sun sign, are still going to have the same nature. Let's say you put 12 Tauruses in a room. You give them all a situation, they're all going to respond the same way. They might totally come from different backgrounds, have different personalities, but they're always going to respond the same way because the sun sign is your nature. Now the Moon is going to bring in your upbringing experience, how you relate to your mother and how you were nurtured. The Sun is your physical body and appearance. It's going to say a lot about your appearances. The Moon's going to say a lot about your emotions, your feelings, and your anxieties. Think of the Sun as gold and the Moon as silver. The Sun rules the day of the week, Sunday. All the days of the week are named after the planets. And this is really interesting if you study other languages because sometimes it's more obvious. But the Sun and the Moon are the most obvious in English. Sun is Sunday. Moon is Monday. There you go. Days of the week ruled by different planets. Monday's always a little, we're always a little moody on Monday. So just some little fun facts. Now the Sun takes a whole year to go around the zodiac. If you have 12 signs and 12 months in a year, it's pretty easy math. The Sun spends approximately 1 month in each sign. Doesn't exactly time out with the calendar, but it's pretty close. The Moon, on the other hand, only takes 4 weeks to go around the whole zodiac. So it goes through every single sign in 1 month. Now, when the Sun, which is in Taurus, let's move him down here. When the Moon is next to the Sun, you have a new moon, where it's just where you see that tiny little sliver of a moon. 2 weeks later, when the Moon is opposite, as it is tonight, in the sign of Scorpio, you have a full moon, and that's when it's fully illuminated. Between when the Moon leaves the Sun till it gets to its full point, that is a waxing cycle. That's the best time to plant things above ground. It also relates to the tides. If you have long hair and you want it to grow longer, you want to get it cut in the waxing cycle. It'll grow faster. If you have short hair and you want it to grow slower, get it cut in the waning cycle, which is when the Moon comes back next to the Sun. The new moons are great for starting events, and the waning cycles are good for finishing things up. New moons usher in new beginnings. Full moons bring things to a head or fruition. So there's your basic synopsis on the Sun and the Moon. Sun representing your essence and also the males in your chart. The Moon representing your moods and your emotional essence, representing the females in your chart. So stick with me. Next time we'll explore Mercury and we'll look at Mercury retrograde.